Yo, how's it going guys? In this video, I'll be talking about some pretty basic 101 art history lessons, so without any further ado, let's jump right into it, shall we? So the main thing you should know is that the pharaohs were buried in pyramids mostly in the period known as the Old Kingdom, which dates from 2686 to 2100. Uh, you know what? I hate pyramids, so I'm moving on. So, what is considered to be the first pyramid in ancient Egypt is the pyramid of the pharaoh Djoser. Although we cannot be sure which one was the first, according to some conspiracy theorists like Sal Rachel, in his book The Real History of Earth, states that some of the pyramids were built long before the pharaohs and the Egyptian civilization in general, so according to him, the great pharaohs only used them as a place to be buried in. And I mean, who knows what occult secrets the very shape of the pyramid holds. Like, scientists did an experiment in which they placed an apple in a small pyramid shaped like object and one in a cubic shaped object. So what they found out was that the apple, which was placed in the pyramid shaped like object, lasted a lot longer before it rotted compared to the one that was in the cubic object that was already pretty much dead. So according to Indian mystics, the pyramid is an object with the strongest form that absorbs or receives cosmic energy. So even today, most of the houses that are made end up with a pyramid roof, even if we don't know why. Probably we lost a lot of secrets by the way, or kept secrets or suppressed by certain individuals. So when the professor asks you which is the first pyramid, say it's the one of Djoser, if you don't want to get into trouble, that is. Well, at least that was in my case. So okay, moving on. Architecture is half science, half art, because this first pyramid of Djoser over here focused the most on the look and design rather than on the way it was supposed to support its massive structure. So as a consequence, as a result of that, the pyramid actually break apart at the grave chambers. So the pyramid was a step pyramid, which means it was similar like blocks of gold add one to another. It contained 6 steps. These types of block, as you will, reached a height of 62 meters or 200 feet. So after the failure of the first one, Djoser ordered a new one at Medum, that's the localization where it was built, and in which in this pyramid the grave chamber was placed deep underneath the pyramid, underneath the ground, so it would not break again, compared to the first one in which the grave chamber was in the middle inside of the pyramid. So looks like our boy Djoser over here was educated from his first experiments. Not too shabby at all. So no one really knows how many pyramids are there or where they're built. It is estimated that only in Egypt alone there are around 118 or 138 pyramids, besides the fact that pyramids were built all over the place, all over the world. Places like China, Tibet, Bosnia, Mexico, even in Antarctica, as there are found a lot of shapes of pyramids. Who knows, I mean, some of the ones that I found interesting are the ones at Kush, which are a lot higher than your average pyramid. Okay, so the most attractive pyramids that tourists find exciting to visit are the ones at Giza, that are created in the 4th dynasty. Well, that is at least what our school books taught us. Although what is probably certain is that the funerals of the pharaohs took place at that time. So without any further ado, the pyramids are known by the names of the pharaohs that were buried inside of them. So one of the pyramids is dedicated to the pharaoh of Khufu, One is dedicated to the pharaoh of Khafre, and one is dedicated to the pharaoh of Menkaures. So the biggest of them all is the one dedicated to the pharaoh Khufu, or also known as the Great Pyramid of Cheops, which has a reach of 146 meters in height and a base which is long 230 meters. So most of you seen like the Hollywood movies and see how slaves are forced to work in order to build the pyramids. Well, that's simply not true. According to old Egyptian scriptures or texts, the effort was in fact paid in order to, building the pyramids were paid. However, there is a lot of controversy on this topic, as some say, like Erich von Däniken, that the pyramids were built by aliens that used anti-gravity technology in order to build them. Um, there are also some who say like they were built by giants who were 8 feet tall. There are some who say that 1 million people died during the building process as a result of that. To be honest, no one really knows how they were built, and anybody who tells you that he or she knows are not telling the truth, because we don't know. The Great Pyramid, first of all, the Great Pyramid is really big. It weighs around 6 million tons, and more than 2.5 million individual blocks of stone were used in its construction. But it's not just big, it's also really precise. It's targeted towards the Orion star system, which is north, and faces towards east. They face towards east, towards the rising sun. Interesting fact is that the Teotihuacan pyramids that are located in Mexico are placed in the same position as the ones that are at Giza. So the valuable items that were in the pyramids were stolen in their own prime, in their own time. The amount of gold that was inside of them as a gift to their pharaohs is insane. Well, compared to the one tomb that was carved in stone, which was the only left untouched, unstolen, in which were found 148 kilograms of pure gold. And this is the tomb of the pharaoh known or called Tutankhamun, who died at the age of 18. Was pharaoh for about 5 years. Now, if there were 148 kilograms of gold in a pharaoh's tomb who was a pharaoh for like 5 years, imagine how much were there in the ones where pharaohs were like 40 years pharaohs or lived a long life. Pretty insane, right? Not to mention that stones of the outside of the pyramids were rubbed till the point where the pyramid can reflect other objects like the sky, clouds, and so on. They shine brightly. Small pieces are left to this day as an example. This is what I'm saying, as you can see here on the image. So okay, the conclusion is this: the pyramids are a work of stunning artistic achievement. The pyramids were constructed by masters of architecture, by people who gave their labor with love, passion, compassion, care, attention to their pharaohs, the kings of that time. They were also treated like gods, literally. So hope you all enjoyed this video and have a wonderful day. Peace.